Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So during our Market Watch episode, I did mention this sort of. Through the whole Market Watch episode, we saw lots of things relating to PVM supplies massively rising in price. And that's because we've had a bit of a shift now in the RS economy. Like, people have got to the point now where they're trading necromancy to a level to where necromancy is now a viable combat skill. Because it's combat skill, people now want to go and try that combat skill, whether it's through Slayer, whether it's through bossing or high-end PVM. Now, because of that, people are after quite a few supplies, and we're talking a lot of supplies. And because of that, the supply base has taken a massive increase. Now, in this video, rather than go and show you all the methods individually, I thought it'd be quite cool, kind of like how we used to do. I'm going to go and talk through my GE slots and pick out certain items I think will be a very good thing to pick on, use, and also train your skills with as well, while it's very high and with a high chance of profit. So the two things there I really want to show you was the subjugation. So subjugation is still using necromancy, but what they did do very well is that the garb and the gown don't give you any more pieces than the hood, boots or gloves. And because of this, they have all sort of fallen to like a flat price of 20 mil each. So if you do have time to go Zami, especially if you want to go and train necromancy, you have a chance to make high profits at Krill. And if you haven't done Krill in terms of a pet, now is probably your best chance to do it, because I don't really see Krill being this form of profit ever again. So that's sort of like a boss, but what is also very high price is the supplies. I've just sold some ashes. So the first thing I'm going to go through is binding contracts. Now, we've been through binding contracts before because they make massive bank and is a very good addition to your Slayer. Now, because of the necromancy combat in ways that the combat is done, there's three main combat familiars which have gone really high. So the Blood Reaver is what is used for AFK training, and that is a silly price for a Blood Reaver. So that is currently 240k. And not only that, the scrolls relating to a Blood Reaver, if we look at the Blood Siphon one, is going to sell for 13k. Now, admittedly, the Reaver patch is a lot more than the scroll. However, with things like the Voice of Amlod, you could make some decent money with scrolls if they were to go up a little bit more. I don't think you're going to make profits with how it is now, but especially when it's the Amlod hour, that's a chance for you to make profits. So not only is the Blood Reaver high, we have things like the Hellhound, which has gone up. The Hellhound, for how easy Hellhounds are and how good they are to hunt clues with, they are through the roof. 100k for a Hellhound badge is really good, especially 121, very good price there. And also Calgarians as well, mainly because of the special attack and the ability to drop defense. I will find it just so we can price check that. So you got a Calg at 193k. So by far the most expensive one, and probably the best one to do, is the Blood Reaver. Now, especially all these three I have for a binding contracts video, which I will link in the description, just to save us like going over and show you. And again, it will basically explain how to do it, how to do the pouches and stuff like that. So link to the binding contract, but also link to the herb lore. The Blood of Orcus has gone incredibly high. At the minute it's 15k per an item, and if we would just check the price on this, it's 14k. So if you had something which could do like AFK Archeology, that's probably the best cash for you to hunt at the minute. So that is your familiars. Another familiar which was quite high a while ago, but I don't think it's as high now, was a Bunyip. A Bunyip was selling for 15k. And 15k for a familiar which uses green charms is just silly. But again, a Bunyip will heal people while training, make things more AFK, and that's what they're looking to pay for. It's 4.5k, and considering like a price for a raw shot, which the secondary is 420 coins, nice. There's definitely some profit in making Bunyip familiars as well. Obviously, you only use green charms for a certain point, so if you've got them left in your bank, by all means, clean them out now and make some profit while doing it. So the next item I'm going to go through is the Blubber Jellyfishes. The green ones haven't quite recovered, but the blue ones are currently 7.3k each. Now again, this is more an alt method, and if you have an alt account which is able to do it, again, buy for 13k. It's a very good method, and the reason why these are high is because they do not get rid of adrenaline when you eat them. Another one which doesn't get rid of adrenaline is Sorrow Brew. Sorrow Brews previously had been pretty decent to train the old herb lore with, so if we check a price here, 7.3k is not too bad. Yeah, so it's about 7ish k, and if you were to look at a Toad Flax, and that buys for 6k. So there is profit making brews at the minute, and by the time you've used that in a portable well, you've got all the other benefits of herb lore, you will pretty much make a nice chunk on that as well. However, not just making Sorrow Brews will bring you profit, The Saradomin flasks are currently buying for nearly 50k each. Now you might think, well, that's just down to the flask price. No, this is quite over medium price. So there you go, just under 50k there. And the flask price currently is about 15k. So actually turning Sara brews into flasks makes you something like 15k per flask, which is just mad. Now, the problem is you can't really profit massively from this. The buy limits for brews is 1k per hour, so there you go. So here, quick money making method. Let's say we buy it for the high, 7.4k, 16k, so this will be 14.8, so if let's say 30.5, you turn it into just under 50. But your biggest problem here is the buy-in limit of Sara brews, which is 1k per 4 hours, which isn't good, but again, that's probably why the price is so high. But again, due to demand, things like potion flasks have gone up, so if you do your red sandstone every day, make sure to keep doing that because that will just generate even more profit than it normally does. Any form of super potion relating to an overload as well, I would definitely look into because that has still got potential to rise. People still need overloads and people will still buy overloads, and the overload pack itself is very, very high. Along with that, different forms of incense sticks are also very high. And again, incense sticks are always quite a funny little margin anyway. Irit sticks for me have always been very good in terms of flip. So the ones I normally keep an eye on are Irit and also Qualm because they're linked to poison, and poison is where people use for extra damage. So Qualm's not too bad, Qualm's is actually medium price. And Lantadymes and Spirit Weeds extend forms of potions and also familiars. They're not too bad. Lantadymes are a little bit higher, but they're nothing like massive at the minute, so that's pretty good. But again, they're like really decent like money. If you had the ability to make your incense sticks twice as quick, which you can get from the garden, which is near Archeology, which you use your herbs for. 30k for a Lanternine incense stick. It's not really going to cost you a lot of money to actually get your hands on the supplies. Very decent profit if you've got the time to do it as well, and very AFK for incense sticks. Good Fix Rests is a potion which is sort of making like a comeback, and something I'm going to be doing a video on as well. But a Good Fix Rest flask, let's have a look, is going to take you back 80k, so that is very high as well. And then also with Good Fix Rest, and this is something I need to do with my bang. Super Good Fix Rest in terms of the Good Fix grapes you can get from God Grapes. I want to test the price for that. It's only 70k, so that's weird. So people would rather buy, I suppose it's 6 doses rather than 4. But yeah, the Super Good Fix Flask is currently at 80k. But this is it. This is what I wanted to do a quick video about as well. I thought it was a lot better rather than go to each individual thing. We have plenty of guides on the channel about incense sticks, binding contracts, summoning familiars, potions and stuff like that on like what to use and what to use to maximize it the most. So I thought I'd do a video just talking through all these different methods which come off from necromancy. People always seem to focus on the main skill which has been released when plenty of other methods do come to the surface, and they will also generate you a lot of profit as well. So always be looking for those slightly different money makers, and that's where you'll hopefully like pick up something which is massive and make the most money possible. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know this is a little bit like a mini Market Watch series or mini Market Watch episode, which it kind of was, and I know it's another video related to necromancy, but obviously necromancy is the big hype thing in a minute. That's what's creating all this sort of like change in the market, all this new demand. It's all related to necromancy skill and what it's bringing to the game. In terms of videos with necromancy going forward, I will be doing this account sort of rotating on necromancy. That is very much on the list. I'm going to go and try and do some bosses this weekend as well, so hopefully that gives a chance to show you some necromancy boss clips. And yeah, still plenty of stuff coming to the channel, and the return of money makers will be here very, very soon as well. So still got plenty of like necromancy stuff to release, and then after that we'll start looking at other stuff like we used to. Same sort of content, it never really changes. But yeah, if you've got suggestions, let me know. If there's anything you want me to do differently, again, let me know. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel. Coming with more videos very soon, and I hope you have all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.